Welcome back to my session, students. Myself Sushmita, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. So in this session we will be seeing about a video compression technique, that is MPEG. Okay, so let's get into the topic. So on completing this topic you will be able to explain what is video compression and what are the frames that are present within this particular MPEG compression. Okay, so first let's see about MPEG. So what is MPEG? The full form of MPEG is Motion Picture Export Group. So this was first established in the year 1988 with a working group ISO and IEC, which has certain set of standards for digital compression of audio as well as video signal. Okay, so what are the standards are MPEG 1. So MPEG 1, which is the very first project of this group, and it was first established in the year 1993 as ISO or IEC 11172 standard. So this MPEG 1 will define the coding methods that can be used to compress the progressively scanned video. So they are commonly used in CDI and video CD system. So it will be supporting coding bitrate of 1.5 megabits per. So next thing is MPEG 2. So it is an expansion of MPEG 1, that is extension of MPEG 1, and it was established in the year 1995 by the standard ISO IEC as 13818 standard. So this particular MPEG 2 will be defining the code methods that are used to compress the progressively scanned video as well as the interlaced scanned video. So mainly they are used in broadcast formats such as SDT, that is standard definition TV, or high definition TV. So next thing is MPEG 4. So this was introduced in the year 1998 and it is still in development by ISO or IEC 14496 standard. So we know that MPEG 2 mainly uses the coding methods for mixed media data, and it will be providing new features such as 3D rendering, animation graphics, DRM, or various type of interactivity, etc. Okay, so they are also used in web-based streaming media, CD, video phone, or DVB, etc. It will be supporting a coding of bitrate of few kilobits per second or up to 10 of megabits per second. So next thing is MPEG 2 video compression. So here we will be compressing a raw frame into 3 different kin, that is I frame, P frame and B frames. These 3 frames plays a major role in video compression technique. I frame stands for intra-coded frames, P frame stands for predictive coded frames, and similarly B frame stands for bidirectionally predictive coded frames. Okay, so these framing compression will be mainly based upon spatial redundancy or time based redundancy. So first thing is MPEG 2 frame, I frame. So this I frame will be compressed directly from a raw uncompressed frame. So it will be based upon spatial redundancy in the current raw frame only, and the inability of human eye to detect certain changes in the image. And this particular I frame is a reference frame and that can be used to predict P frame, that is immediately following it. Next frame is P frame. So compression will be mainly based upon the spatial redundancy as well as the time based redundancy. So this P frame can be predicted by referring I frame or P frame, that is immediately preceding. So next thing is a B frame. So this particular compression technique is similar to P frame except the B frame. So this compression is done by referring previous as well as following I frame or P frame. Okay, so B frame required frame sequence must be transmitted or stored out of order so that the future frame will be available for a reference. B frame provide better compression than P frame and iframe as it uses the data of previous as well as succeeding iframe or pframe. It requires a memory buffer of double in size to store data of two references or anchor frames. So there is no particular limit for the number of consecutive frames that has to be present within a group of picture. The most application uses two consecutive B frames as the ideal trade-off between efficiency as well as the video quality. So next thing is MPEG-2 video decoding. So this particular decoding process is categorized into two types, that is intra-frame decoding and non-intra-frame decoding. Intra-frame decoding, so first thing is a buffer. It will be containing the input bit stream. For fixed rate applications, constant bit stream is buffered in the memory and read out at variable rate, that is based upon coding efficiency of the macro blocks and the frames that has to be decoded. So next thing is a VLD. So this is nothing but the reverse of a run length amplitude or variable length encoding. So this will be done in encoding process, and this they can be recovered to obtain the quantized DCT coefficient matrix. So this method is mostly complex and it is computationally expensive when it is used in the decoding portion, and it will be performing a bitwise decoding of input bit stream using table lookups to generate quantized DCT coefficients matrix. So next thing is inverse quantization. Okay, so reverse the order of quantization done in encoding process and recover the DCT coefficient matrix. So the components of decoded quantized DCT matrix will be just multiplied by the corresponding value of default quantization matrix and the quantization scale factor. The resulting coefficient is clipped to the region minus 2048 to plus 2047. The inverse of IDCT, that is inverse discrete cosine transform mismatch control, is used to prevent the long-term error propagation within. So now I think you might have got a clear-cut idea of MPEG, how MPEG is being used, that is processed, and what are the frames that are present within it, and what are the different standards that has been previously used, what is the use of those standards by IEC, and how it is being encoded and decoded. So now it's your turn to answer the question. So quiz question based on MPEG. So moving picture export groups can be used to compress frames. Option B images, option C audio, option D video. Okay, so hope now you all might be able to explain the MPEG and its different standards, encoding and decoding techniques. Hope you all had an useful session. Thanks for watching this video.